Hello guys, and welcome to episode 11 of our top 5 PvP battles. If you guys want to send in clips to be featured in the top 5, you can send them to christophereso@hotmail.com. Without further ado, coming in at number 5, we have the Godfather Boy on his Stamina Warden doing a 3vx with his friends here. And as you can see, they took down a lot of players initially at the door there, but there are a ton of yellow coming up the front here. He throws down all his dots, eats the time stop, goes for a huge Dawnbreaker Subterranean Assault into this spin to win. His friendly players dumping their ults as well. They bring down so many players. Oh my gosh, looks like 15 players almost down on the front of the stairs there, and a huge stack of yellow coming right back up. He's got his ultimate up. They go for a huge Dawnbreaker Subterranean ult dump again, eat the Coldfire Siege from the opposing players, but they stick the landing and wipe that massive yellow group. Oh my gosh, and they get away scot-free. All right, so coming in at number 4, we have Dalruek on his Stamina Nightblade, and as you can see, he's opening with a takedown on the first red player there, and now he's got a lot of reds jumping on him, so he's going to do a little bit of a kite around here and just check the fight out here and see who's going to open on. He gets a chance to open on this guy here. The guy hits him with the cleave. However, he hits him with a huge surprise attack combo to bring him down. Opens on this player here. Doesn't manage to get the stun, but puts huge damage into him. And the player does not respond fast enough to heal. And he just manages to bring him down with a really nice surprise attack bash cancel at the end. And now he's fighting the Sork and the Magicka Templar, and he's just using Cloak to mitigate that Dark Flare damage, getting great damage on this Sork, but decides to go for a target shift after going into Cloak there, puts great damage into the Templar. However, the Templar reacts in time with the roll, and he takes an unfortunate stun from the Sork there, so he's just going to reset his buffs, prevent the res from this Templar here, and then reopen on these guys, trying to get a nice opening on these guys, get a great amount of damage out of stealth. There you see that big heavy attack into the stun, light attack, surprise attack, and just a big combo to bring him down. And now all he has left to kill is this Stamina Sorcerer, and he's just going to dot him up and make sure to put a bit of pressure on him, catches him in between the rolls with the surprise attack, and brings him down. Alright guys, so returning for the number 3 slot this week, we have Jab the Legend on his Stamina Sorcerer, and he is inside an enemy keep at the moment that has been flipped, and he's just fighting at the top level here, just doing his thing. And as you can see, we've got a few blue jumping on top of him. He goes for the dot up on this guy here, hits him with a lot of wrecking blows into the execute. However, the player is saved by friendly healing power, and Jab just has to do a little bit of kiting here in order to get his buffs up, but gets that huge Dawnbreaker combo into the execute. The reverse slice doing so much damage on the splash there, bringing 2 players down, and then Jab is yet again just going to do a bit of kite around the corner here and reset, going for lots of dark deals to keep his stamina pool high, and he's just going to dot these guys up with some Blood Craze, and then get a great wrecking blow into the Dawnbreaker there, bringing another player down. A great Executioner with the splash, bringing 2 more players down after that Dawnbreaker, and then following it with another Dawnbreaker after generating so much ultimate from those kills, finishing this guy off with the Interrupt. And now he's going onto this Sork here, putting huge pressure into him with the dots, getting him as well. And then another Dawnbreaker to dump on this Nightblade. Oh my lord, Jab just bringing down the hammer on this blue group here. And a bit of time goes by, and he ends up re-engaging with the blue. And as you can see, they're coming around the corner here. And there's still quite a few of them. They want Jab dead, and he's just going to open with a few dots on these guys. The blues go right away into a healing ult, but Jab doesn't even care. Look at that damage. He shreds through that guy in the healing ult, bringing him down, and now he's just going to try to put a bit of pressure into the front of the group there, but he sees that the blue is turning. They dump a lot of damage on him, so Jab comes back into the corridor here, tries to get a Dawnbreaker combo there, but unfortunately doesn't get that critical stun he's looking for, and takes a lot of damage yet again from the enemy ultimates, taking negates, etc. So he's just going to do a little bit of a reset around the corner, and here you see yet again just so much pressure from these blues. So Jab's going to have to work his way into a position here where he can drop the hammer yet again on these guys. He goes for a kite around the corner, getting those dark deals off, of course, to get some of that resource back. And now he's got 2 blues to engage with here. He gets tries to go for the wrecking blows. This opposing player does a great job blocking the first few wrecking blows, but Jab eventually lands one, hits him with the Dawnbreaker, and the Dawnbreaker splash is enough to bring both players down with the execute there as well. And now he's left to fight this Sork here and just pounds him with the wrecking blow. That poor guy goes down as well. And now we have got just a Templar left to fight here, and the Templar's throwing all his defensive buffs down, goes for his radial sweep, but Jab manages to catch him with a Dawnbreaker in between all those blocks. But seeing how tanky the Templar is, Jab is not going to go crazy with his resource pool here, getting those dark deals in between, making sure to keep his resource high. But there you see he gets that critical stun. The Templar, low on stamina, does not break it and goes down, and Jab is just going to continue to rampage on these blues. A huge amount of damage. I think that was an implosion proc to bring that guy down there, and yet again Jab eats the meteor, out heals it, goes for the dark deals, and then opens around the corner. Really nice damage with the damage over time there into another implosion to bring that guy down. And now he's got another. Just these blue keep multiplying. Oh my gosh, they just keep coming back and more of them. But Jab is just piling them up. He puts so much damage into these guys, taking a lot of pressure from them, but he's not giving up, holding his position here. A huge Dawnbreaker yet again, and he puts the damage in through the healing ult to bring that Templar down, and he's taken a lot of pressure yet again from all these blues. Goes for a kite around the corner, lots of dark deals to get that stamina back. He's expended so much stamina fighting this group. This guy's going for the res. Jab just goes for the Blood Craze animation cancel bash, and it brings the reser down. Huge Dawnbreaker to bring another couple players down on the doorway there, putting a lot of pressure into this Sork to try to finish him off as his HP is low. And now Jab is going to wind up another wrecking blow, big damage into that Executioner, bringing that Sork down as well. And now Jab has his last player left to fight here. He dumps the Dawnbreaker. This opposing player does a great job blocking the attacks, but just cannot out heal the damage. So coming in at number 2, we have Denny's Hotcakes on his Magicka Sorcerer. And here you see he's picking up his first kill on a blue player there. And now he's going to put some pressure into this other blue player, the Dragon Knight. Goes for the nasty chain into the lightning field, but Denny's is just going to continue to put pressure on him. Seeing a couple more blue players come, he goes for the target shift. Great rune cage into the frags on this guy with the curse. Lots of damage on the second curse there into the execute, bringing him down. Gets a great streak there going through this group, trying to split them. Gets a nice stun with the rune cage into the curse, into the force pulse, putting a lot of damage into this sorcerer here. But here he sees a lot more blues coming, and instead of trying to kite away, he's like, nope, we're going to pull more blue into this fight. So Denny picks on this guy on his horse here, puts some nice damage into him, gets him with the stun, tries to go for the execute. Unfortunately, he's not able to get the kill, has to go for the precog. Great juke to get out of that with the precognition, and now he's got blue at every angle, so he's going to go for a few streaks here just to split the group and try to pull them into a position where he can take them in a little bit more favorable fashion. But as you can see here, he's still taking a lot of pressure from the group, struggling just to get a good split because that DK dropping a lot of chains on him, just pulling him back into the group. But Denny's is just going to keep teleporting out of there, making sure to use his streak, trying to make a bit of distance here so he can pick at the front of this group. Here you see he manages to get a great stun into the curse combo on this guy here, goes for the force pulse and wants to get the execute. There's the execute there, brings him down with that little poke light attack at the end. The importance of the animation cancel weave, even on the defensive skills, and there you see it. And now he's just going to continue to fence this group, and he's doing a great job keeping his shields up in between offensive pressure here, doing looking around for targets, sees this guy going for the res, gets a great stun with the rune cage into the curse combo, into the frags. Massive takedown on that guy there. We've got 4 blue players left. This guy is picked out as the target again. Great rune cage stun. Look at that target selection. He's making sure to hit the players that will be easier to kill at the beginning. We've got the lower HP players going down, and he's saving those tankier players for last. But as you can see, he's taking a lot of pressure from these guys here. He's got the Radiant on him, etc. However, the shield stack is too much. Denny's managed to survive, gets a great Rune Cage stun on the Templar into that execute with the curse. Oh my gosh, massive burst to bring him down. And now he's got just the last two players here. Great Dawnbreaker just to get the stun on everybody and finish that one player off. And now he's got this last tankier player here, and he's just going to put a bit of pressure into him. There's the execute. Absolutely excellent. All right, guys, so coming in at number 1, we have got Poe the Panda on his Magicka Templar. So I just want to excuse the beginning of this clip. It is a little bit choppy. However, it's just the little beginning of the clip here, and it gets not choppy as the clip goes on. So as you guys can see here, Poe is getting chased by a massive amount of yellow. He tries to go for his Bat Swarm jabs there, but it's just too much damage from the yellow players and too much healing, so he's forced to retreat to the top of the barn, and now he's got a lot of yellow coming up here. So what Poe's going to do is make sure to use a lot of his Purge, a lot of his Honor the Dead, and a lot of his jabs as well, because the damage that deals is not only going to put pressure on the opponents, but heal Poe as well. But as you can see here, he's just taking a relentless pounding from these guys. Oh my god, making sure to use that Mist Form to soak up a lot of damage as he goes for a kite here, stalling to get his Bat Swarm ultimate against this large group of players here. And as you can see, he manages to get the swarm up, sets his buffs down, sets his fields down, and now he's going to go for the Bat Swarm into the jabs, putting a lot of pressure into this group here. Manages to pick up 1 kill, and he's going to try to pick up a 2nd kill here. However, this yellow group is absolutely relentless, man. They're doing so much damage, and Poe is just going to have to continue to kite around with his Mist here, heal up, and try to reset on these guys. He's going to try to prevent the res here. He gets an Eclipse on this guy, which actually stops him from resing. I don't know if that prevents the res itself, but the player stops resing and breaks the Eclipse. So now Poe is in actually a pretty dire situation. Look at his resources here. He's taken a lot of pressure from this yellow group, refusing to back down from his already taken down body here, manages to stall until the potion and the Bat Swarm, and look at this turn here. Oh my gosh, so much damage with his Bat Swarm, bringing down another player there, and he's going to go back into kiting around here, just taking a lot of pressure still from this yellow group. And here we see he's shutting down their ranged opponents with those Eclipses. Really well-placed Eclipse. Not only is that going to keep that range damage off him, but it's going to provide him a huge amount of healing power if they continue to shoot at him while the Eclipse is on. But these yellow players are still putting a lot of pressure on him, and Poe is just doing a great job kiting around, popping the Eclipses down, healing himself, and keeping himself purged until he gets that Bat Swarm up. He goes into the Bat Swarm. His health shoots up just from the ultimate there, right into the jabs, putting huge pressure onto these guys, getting another kill on the stack here. And there you see, he's going for the Power of the Light, going for the Eclipses yet again, more jabs, and Poe is now in aggression mode. He is no longer kiting these guys out. He's shutting the range players down with the Eclipses and putting huge pressure with his jabs. Almost goes down there, but finishes the yellow player off and goes for the Eclipse yet again, heals up with the Dawnbreaker, and he's just going to set his full combo, goes into the bat mode. Huge pressure on this Nightblade here, and this Nightblade's actually fairly tanky. Poe is just putting a lot of pressure into him, but he's got some kind of huge armor and health regen, and Poe just finally brings him down there. And there you see, not only does he manage to tank it out, but he brings it home and finishes the group off. Absolutely fantastic, my man. So if you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like I'd mentioned earlier, if you guys want to send in your own top 5 PvP clips, you can send them to christophereso@hotmail.com. And we also take build video features, so if you guys want to send in a build to be featured, you can send that in as well. More information, of course, is in the description below. We've got links to an information video, as well as a link to the email if you guys want it there. For our outro clip today, we have Fukal on his Stamina Dragonite tank build, and not really a 1vx yet again, but I did want to show you guys this piece of footage because it is very, very cool. Just look at how bulky he is. If you guys want to see any of the people that we featured here, including the bonus clip at the end, you can check out their YouTube channels in the description below. So please go out there and support our up-and-coming ESO creators, guys. And then finally, if you want to catch me live on Twitch, you guys can check out my Twitch channel, a link in the description below as well. And we are sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers. They give me better ping to ESO. It's free to try, so if you guys want to give it a shot, you can. No harm, no foul. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.